SEC baseball between the Missouri Tigers and Arkansas Razorbacks weren't able to play on Friday. Stuck in a game yesterday, and it was a long game one despite only going 6.5 innings. It's the Ohio native Landon Beidelshees who's ready to warm up and get this one going.
Well, another guy that's used to cold weather, pitching in Columbus a season ago.
And Knutson trying to get his team fired up as he takes ball 4. Motion that you're conjuring up. I don't know if that falls in the same category. Here's Pierre to bunt. Iredale will take the out at first. Arkansas will take those all day long. Trying to steal third is Knutson. That was a heads-up play because Iredale was a little bit off the base.
He goes to throw, and there's no one there. And he's like, you know what?
Then the ball gets away, and Helfrich will slip. And the Tigers, just as they did in game one, get an early run.
Yeah, I think right there that it's just a ball that Helfrich just flat out misses.
Yeah. That's got to be a pass ball. Macon is running. That ball sent down the line and left. Avalon's playing deep, so he'll get there, and Macon will go to third. He is going to run through the stop sign, and the throw went to second base. That's strike 3 call. So Beidelshees got 3 strikeouts in the inning despite giving up a couple of hits and a run and wanted Avalon. Guess what? Another base hit. That's his 53rd of the season. 53 hits. And Neubeck misses in.
Missouri's got people in the bullpen already.
Davalon at second, Aloy at first. That one's lifted in the air to center. Pierre has a beat on it, but he's going to drift all the way back to the track to make the catch. Davalon will tag and go to third on the first out of the inning. Smoked fair inside the bag and down the line and left. Davalon will score. Can Fayetteville score? Yes, he can. That ball eludes Macon, and that is a 2-run double from Kahil Aloy, and the Razorbacks jump in front. Another 3-2. That's a nice long sequence from Souza earning the walk.
You feel like he's really just letting the game come to him.
Speaking of home runs, that one's driven to deep left field. How about number 1 at the D1 level? Carson Bowles getting the start and crushing a 3-run homer. And the ball's been jumping, and the Hogs continue to do some big-time damage this weekend. 397 feet at Carson Bowles. My goodness, that must feel good for someone who spent so much time at the D2 level.
Well, he said he's made a lot of his opportunities. Boy, he knew he got it right there. He was just going to admire it for a while. That's a pretty good bat flip right there. Yeah, that's kind of on the questionable side, but I don't think any warning right there for Carson Bowles. You got to let a guy that's first homer in the air and he's been playing D2
There's no
have a
doubt.
bat flip like that.
I mean, just 2 more hits, was on base 3 times in our first game. He's going to poke one out to right. That barely got to the grass, but it'll count. And Arkansas will send their 9th man of the plate.
Just not missing a beat, not having an off game.
Strokes one to left, traveling right to Macon. 2 of the outs he's made today have been line drives right to the left fielder. Young, and I think I would do the same thing if I was in his shoes. That's a swing, and that's a strikeout as Beidelshees gets the K.
I think you just have to look, if you're Missouri, looking for a big cricket inning.
I do too. I think you hope to get a couple of guys on in a big swing, but Beidelshees with a nice bounce-back frame sets down. Another one just laced into right center field. That's the 5th hit, and Vahiva is going to keep on running as Pierre didn't handle it. And Aloy ends up at second base. 104 off his bat. Kojal strokes one to right. This ball's got a chance to land up on top of the building. It's gone again. All Cam Kojal has done so far in this series is knock in 9 runs. He didn't have quite the carry on that one. I don't think he got all of it, and he still got it enough to get out.
Well, I think what happened was his Kojal was out in front of that baseball just a little bit, caught it on the barrel, but just kind of
early.
He just kind of flicked it out there to right field.
Coming off a start at Vandy where he allowed 3 runs in 5 innings. This one's laced to the gap in left center field. going to be down for a base hit. Davilan's going to cut it off. Knutson's going to try for 2. He doesn't want to make it out at second base, but he will slide in with the double. Do you want to be out there? I know that sounds weird to say. There's a ground ball past Kojal. Pierre with a base hit. Here comes Knutson around third. The throw is offline from Bowles. And that's another run scored for Knutson. He scored 2. Macon is going to bunt. I will say it again. The Hogs will take that all game long, and Macon will advance Pierre to second base.
Test. Now I can't remember his stance.
Wave it a miss. Maybe he'll bat at some point. Wave it a miss. So it is a strikeout, and the inning does end, and the Tigers do get a run. And the payoff misses for ball 4. See, getting swept in a doubleheader yesterday by that ball's drilled to left. It's tagged. It's hit well. And it's off the base of the fence. Bowles is going to have to stop at third. That one had some top spin on it, ringing double. That one's lifted to playable center. Pierre is underneath it. He's looking for a throw to third. The catch is made. Bowles will score. Helfrich in at third base. That throw was like a punt coming from Pierre. Got there in the air, and Arkansas, bottom of the third inning. And that is another walk. Green on a 3-2 to Aloy. Spiked another one. I'd like to see Kojal send one up in their vicinity. Speaking of which, driven in the air, deep right field. How about another grand slam? 4 score again. 6 grand slams on the season. And a pair today. And Cam Kojal has driven in 13 runs this weekend. Sometimes words don't even describe the destruction these Arkansas hitters have done in certain games.
Yeah, just a hanging breaking ball. Great extension by Kojal. You see the reaction of the coaches right there. DVH said, go, go, go. It sure did. Well, it just kind of summed it up. Kojal's coming in, all his teammates around home plate, and he just kind of puts his hands out to the side going, can you believe it? That was kind of like the...
Cahillo blisters one into right for a base hit. He's going to take a turn and head for 2, and the throw is offline. That's a hustle double from Cahillo. A pair of doubles here in the second game. 4 hits in the doubleheader. Forward, Patterson will be one of those guys on that list. And that ball's down the line and left, and that's fair and into the corner. There's certainly a lot of upside for this young man, getting some playing time here in the last couple of weeks and making the most of it.
He really has.
I mean, you see each other now on a regular basis. There's a chopper that Iredale will wait for both a runner and a hop and make the play, and there's one out. So
we're going to Baton Rouge or College Station.
Liner right to Souza, and this is going to be a double play. There's growing pains, and you have some freshman moments, and Patterson just did, Troy. He has no business getting that far down the line. Now is Christian Fouch, and for him in a 12-2 game, this is part of him kind of finding that rhythm and mojo again.
Yeah, I think so. The guy with just an absolute electric arm.
And then if things aren't going well, that's a wave and a miss. That was nasty.
That was a splitter. Bottom falls out of it.
Wave and a miss. And then you slow him down, then you speed him right back up. Lined out to right. Here comes Bowles. He'll make the catch. Quick inning. Nice frame from Fouch.
Had a lot of movement this inning.
That's tagged to left, and it's down for a base hit. It'll go to the fence. Macon plays a deep left field, so Iredale's going to get about halfway to second and hold with a single at 105. They got to the Cole Gibbler, Troy, might just inherit some of these situations where you need a lefty late in the game with Parker Coyle on the shelf for a bit.
Yeah, I think so. And
boy, that is that pitch. It just has a different break to it than maybe your chopper up the middle. Watch Aloy go get it. Throw on the run. 2 gone. That's a swing. That's strike 3. Gibbler gets a couple of Ks. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. 21-3 on a cold, misty day.
Yeah, it was miserable yesterday. It just, I think that's what it was.
Might have been. A chopper that is collected by Patterson briefly, and then he couldn't get it. Couldn't fully gather it in. I would personally pitch with sleeves on a cold day. Another chopper to third. Patterson will step on the base. His throw was picked at first by Cerna. Maybe one more chance for Davidoff to bat. And another base hit from Davidoff. Helfrich will turn third and score, and Arkansas has played at a baker's dozen. 54 hits on the season. Another base hit for Vahiva-Aloy. I think you'll hold Davidoff here. No, he'll be waved in. That's interesting. Throw goes to second. Vahiva-Aloy makes it a 14-2 Arkansas lead. And there's a liner past Cerna. Another rocket from Kojal. Aloy's going to go to third. He will be held up, and that was the case where in any other situation I think he was going to be able to score. And there's some fans yelling at Bobby Wernes, but 1,000%
you got to stop him right there. Yeah.
2-2 as a tapper to first, but somebody's got to get over there to cover. Oh goodness gracious! Another hit and another run. Up the middle, into center, another base hit, another RBI. A 3-hit game for Cahillo and what has been a 5-hit doubleheader. On 16 hits. This might just end this inning. Arkansas puts up 4 more runs. We go to the 7th, last chance for the Tigers at a 16-2 Razorback.
Yeah, then you get to face Carson Wiggins. Yeah, he's going to sit upper 90s.
Minus this weekend, and they'd love a bounce-back performance in Athens. Strike 3. Wiggins gets the K to begin the. So after the strikeout, a 4-pitch walk.
Be aggressive early in this swing.
Playable in center, I think. Thomas Jr. came in, then retreats. I don't know if he did pick it up right away or. Helfrich sets up outside. Here's the pitch and a little tapper that'll be gloved by Wiggins. He will straighten and fire a strike to first that Kojal caught to end the game. Arkansas gets the sweep. They score 51 runs this weekend in 18 innings, and I got to believe tomorrow they'll be the new #1 team in the nation.
Yeah, just a great offensive performance by Arkansas. You really feel for Missouri, just so many injuries they've had. They just kind of had to Band-Aid things together. But, boy, you talk about taking care of business at home at Baum-Walker. That's what Arkansas did.